Welcome back. Gerry Lenard is here, and he's wanting to talk. I'm sorry, Gerry.
Gerry Lenard.
Gerry Lenard.
Yep, right.
And he's here to talk about Perrys Orphans Animal Shelter. And you're going to have a benefit at the Bull Shoals Theater really soon.
Right.
Tell us about that, how that got started.
It's going to be a benefit that we've had for Perry. We had a benefit for him last year. It did very well. It's a free show with donations accepted. People that aren't familiar with Perry have probably seen him in front of Walmart or something like that selling us cookies. And they'll sell those dog cookies at $2 a bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's what helps support his dogs, is getting them neutered. You have somebody that's passed away that had an animal, you can call Perry. He'll come out and get it. He has a no-kill shelter. If nobody adopts a dog that he's got, he just keeps them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got veterinarians that work with him that wouldn't work with anybody if they weren't doing the right thing. Because I know the vets, I've known some of them for years that do his neutering, and they do spaying. Perry is just really great with animals, and he's going to do it, he says, till he passes away. Perry's up probably about 80 years old.
That's his passion in life. Yeah, that's his mission in life.
It's what he's here for, and I believe he's got roughly 40 acres out there at Oakland, and kennels galore. He'll have as many as 100 better dogs in him.
Wow.
And
do you ever wonder how he does it from day to day? I mean,
no. I just
you don't wonder about that.
No, and I wouldn't. My problem is if I worked out there with Perry, I'd come home and half the puppies are dogs. I think I've been a dog owner all my life, and I look at some of those dogs out there that can look so sad that they're just looking. In fact, I just adopted a dog a couple of years ago. And it was a dog like that. Up until that time, I had dogs that we purchased. I had 2 Westies that were registered. This is a little Jack Russell that weighs 15 pounds, and I'll tell you, he'll keep you busy. But he's a lovable dog. You couldn't, I couldn't be without one.
Yeah. I guess what I meant was the day-to-day trying to keep enough money to feed them and care for them, and even go to the part where you have to spay and neuter everything. And
this is the whole form of Perry's, and I just made a couple notes on it that I wanted to talk about. Perry was supposed to be here today, but I would believe because of the weather, I think he's probably got problems out of his kennels trying to keep everything in order.
Yeah.
But his organization is no kill. He doesn't kill. In other words, if he can't get a dog out to somebody and it's going to stay there, it stays there. He'll take care of it, and it's going to be like one of his.
Yeah.
And this happens quite a bit, especially with some of the larger dogs. All his dogs out there are neutered. They're spayed. They have their shots before they go to you or anybody else. It's all done out there, whether they're a puppy or if he gets them as an older dog. That's what he does. I do some driving. Yep, I won't get into that too much, but I get some driving where I have to leave sometimes at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and no matter which way you go out of this area, it's up, down, and around, and I'll see animals on the road, dogs, that are, it's just a shame that they belong to the person in that house or somewhere near, but they let them out at night, let them run around. The poor animal doesn't have a chance if he decides to chase something across the road, and I'm sure you people have all seen him laying out on the road. Perry is all against that. He thinks that animals like that, if you can't handle them, call him up, he'll come get them. And that's probably part of his doing. As far as the theater is gone, they're both 501c3. Which is non-taxable. If you
Perry's organization and the theater?
Yes, and the theater. They're both 501c3. They're tax deductible. The donations from this show that we're going to have for Perry all goes toward what he needs to support those dogs. Dog food, everything. is what he needs, and that's what the theater's for. We had a show for him last year that did very well with the people there. This time the show will be on Saturday, the 17th of January. We're going to have it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday rather than in the evening, mainly for people that have to drive out to both shows. Mm-hmm. And that way you're coming out in the daylight hours and probably go home in the daylight hours. The show will last from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 5 o'clock in the evening, unless you want more. And Ted Hobbs with his band playing the last set, he'll stay there as long as you want to stay there.
Okay.
And we have, Ted has some guests that are going to be with him, and I know who they are. They're a little bit different. One of them you might even like because it might be the Rocky stuff. Mm-hmm. He's a Chicago blues singer, really, and been up there. He's different.
Okay.
The other band there is the Bar None Cowboy Band, and that's Bobby Carson. And Bobby Carson is in charge of that. And if you're familiar with who Bobby Carson is, Bobby Carson for years had the Monkey Run Boys.
I've heard of it.
And
Yeah,
they were
that's
very
right.
popular in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And when Bobby played last year, I thought it was going to be basically he brings about 10 people with him from that are singers and everything else from the church band. And he told me they got a different little name that they use for the first half hour because he reverts back to when he was with the Monkey Run Boys and plays that kind of music. Oh. And then after the first half hour, 45 minutes, then they revert to a little bit of gospel music and things like that. They all sing, they all play, and everything that's going to be at this theater has been donated for Perry, except for the different type of advertising that we have to do, flyers like you're holding, posters that we put up here or there. But all the help at the theater, the 2 bands, all donated. Mm-hmm. It's all for Perry. They all know who he is and willing to help very much.
Getting behind him. That sounds good. And this is going to be Saturday, January the 17th at 2 p.m., which is it's on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday, 2 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's of course indoors and it's all warm. It's a warm theater regardless of what the temperature is outside.
Good deal.
Plenty of parking place. If you haven't been to the theater in Bull Shoals, it's on Central Boulevard, which is right in the center of town. You can't miss it. It holds about 472 people, and hopefully we can get a pretty good crowd. If the weather permitting, the last time that we had a show for Perry, he got between the bargain box, which is right next to the theater, and the theater, and was out there selling cookies all day before the show even started. Good. And then when it did start, he moved inside with all his tables and cookies and everything else, and sold cookies on the inside of the
Man
show.
on a mission.
And by himself. Really, he comes with he's just a hard-working man.
So hopefully there'll be a good crowd, and it's donation only,
it's
and
a
100%
donation,
goes to
it's
Perry's.
Everything in there is donated, goes to Perry from penny one. A couple expenses have to be paid naturally, and that would be the first thing that has to be paid. But usually I get contributions that takes care of that.
That's good.
Very nice.
We have the flyer, we have posters put out. It's already paid for. So the donations aren't even going to go toward that. I've already got the money for that.
That's good.
From different sponsors. We show pictures in the lobby of the theater of who the sponsors are, and thank them very much. We try to give them recognition. There's restaurants, there's automobile dealers, real estate agents that have all helped with this promotion.
That's great.
So,
Great.
well-known man.
Good.
And if anybody wants to adopt
If there's
a dog?
anybody,
He's
if
got
anybody
plenty to
even has the
present like
idea
that.
of adopting a pet, now he's got cats also. It's not just
Oh, okay.
dogs. If you're interested in adopting a pet, it's a good time to talk to Perry while he's at the theater. He can tell you what he's got. He can send you a picture of what he's got, or he'll bring it out to your house. He'll do that, and he guarantees that if you don't like the pet, which I didn't know at first, I don't know if it's in here or not, if you don't like the pet, in 30 days he'll come get it and take it back. So you can't beat that.
Yeah, that's good.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Yeah.
Just about.
Well, this-
It really is.
This is going to be a benefit for Perrys Orphans Sanctuary. It's going to be January the 17th. That's a Saturday at 2 o'clock. And this is a free event. They encourage donations. And I would say I'd come a little early to get a seat.
Yes, it's limited seating, but it's all good seating. It's I don't know if you've ever been in that theater.
It's a good theater.
There's not a bad seat in it.
Yeah, it's a
There-
good
any
theater.
place in that theater.
And there's a balcony area too.
The balcony isn't open.
Oh, it's not open now.
No,
Okay.
The balcony is it's 472 seats without the balcony.
Without the balcony.
We're using the balcony basically for sound and videos or whatever we take
Okay,
at the
all
theater.
right.
But other than that, it's all downstairs. But there isn't a bad seat, and the sound is great.
Mm-hmm.
So the bands are great. The sound
Good.
is great, and
Well, you have other events throughout the year too.
Yes.
Do you have a place where people can go look at a schedule?
we have a website. It's just you can bring it up on Baxter County Theater of the Arts, and you'll bring up the website. What the theater has this weekend, Friday and Saturday, they have Eagle Awareness, which is put on by the county, and they'll have the eagle birds there, and they're going to show them
Neat.
around. And I know there'll be a lot of the school kids that go see
That's
that
nice.
both days,
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, and that's this week. Then they won't have anything. I don't think they'll schedule again in March or early April. And then they start in with the different shows that they'll bring in from Branson, or they'll bring in the jammers, what they'll call the Bull Shoals jammers, and that's just our local musicians that want to play. It's
Yeah.
bring your guitar and sit
Good
down
deal.
and sing a song if you know how.
Good.
That isn't my forte. I can't even hum straight. So, but I enjoy listening to it,
Yeah.
regardless of what they're playing.
That's good. Jerry, appreciate it.
I
Good luck
appreciate
to you.
it,
Hope
too.
you fill the house.
I hope that we do too.
And
And
we'll
I
help
know
Perry as
will
much
too.
as you can. Yeah.
I'll apologize for he not being here, but I'm sure it's going to be because
I'm
of
sure he's
the
got.
weather,
Yeah.
and he probably had to take care of his animals,
Yeah.
which comes first.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Nice talking
Thank you.
to both of you.
We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Lois Smith, and she's going to be talking about the Van Mater Duplicate Bridge Club. We'll find out all about that in just a few minutes. Stay with us.